What's up, guys? Today we're going to do a little video. The Utah Division of Wildlife just came out with a new law regarding the minimum draw weight for archery bows. The previous weight limit was 40 pounds and the new one is now 30. So we're a little skeptical on that just because, that's really hardly any weight. But we're going to get some elk rib cage and also an elk front shoulder. We're going to take it out, we're going to test it out between 20, 30, and 40 yards and see what the penetration is. We got a little slow-mo video coming in with it, so we'll be able to see kind of what is happening when the arrow hits. We went to the local classifieds. We've set a price limit of about $300, so we went and got this little bow here. It's got an adjustable weight, so we set it up to 30 pounds. We have a little scale we'll grab in just a minute, but we're going to test this out and see how it does, because we wanted you guys to get a pretty accurate representation of just what the average bow is going to do with broadhead that you're able to find at Walmart. It's a fixed blade, 100 grain. We're going to go put this to test to see if Utah made a good decision by doing this to get more hunters out there, or people who don't have that extra strength to pull 40 back. We're going to see if it works. We're going to see if it's going to be able to ethically take down an animal. Does that scare you guys? That scared me. We got a 100-pound pack scale. You can find this at your local sporting goods store or whatever. Set it here and stick it through your D-loop right there. And where's he at? 31 pounds. There we go. That's close enough, I think. Feels like I'm shooting a kid's bow. 30 pounds.
Seems pretty low.
My dog weighs more than that. And she's a midget, so what do you think's gonna happen?
I think on the ribs it'll go through if you don't hit the rib directly. So let's see, Utah, if you made the right decision to drop it to 30. I thought 40 was already low, but we'll see.
We'll have to see if your kids need more Wheaties, Utah. I need to just tie it up.
So we're gonna do the rib cage first.
This is the bottom half.
This side's the top.
But yeah, so this is, so right here is where it starts to go up and turn up into the spine.
Okay.
So your ideal shot on an elk is gonna be somewhere right at this length, because the lungs are sitting right here.
Now let's just hope down can hit it.
Probably won't. That is looking like a little elk. What do you think? I'll tell you what we're doing. What we did is we got a nice beginner bow. We went on the local classifieds, 200 bucks. The reason we're doing this is because we know not everyone can afford to go buy a $1,500 bow that shoots really fast at a low draw weight. So this is 2015, shoots 15 pounds to 70 pounds, and we're gonna shoot this rib cage.
That sounded like a hit bone.
Yep.
Let's go check it out.
Look at that.
Huh. Did it shatter it?
It busted.
Yeah, it broke a rib.
Yeah, let's look at the back. Look at that.
How far did it go in? Oh yeah.
It chunked the side of the rib out, that's for sure. That's honestly...
So that's 20 yards, 30 pounds.
That's a lot better than I thought it was going to be,
I
honestly. I didn't
How
think...
far did it go into the target?
Let's see. I'll put my thumb there.
Wow, it's still got good penetration.
Probably
too.
3-4 inches. That is impressive.
So if you have an elk at 30 yards, or 20 yards,
You can shoot right into his ribs.
shooting 30 pounds, you can break a rib.
Yeah.
It's a broadhead. The edge looks a little chopped up. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That hurt it. If you can see that.
Yeah. Interesting. Alright, well, on to 30.
We're gonna have to aim to the moon.
Ooh,
That was low.
that was a front rib low shot. That's alright though, because
It
you don't make the
happens.
perfect shot every time.
That's true.
Let's see what happens.
Well,
So this would have been a lower rib cage.
No bone.
Still would be a good shot. Missed bone.
Yeah, it'd be right at the bottom of the lung. It's a scary shot, but it's still...
It still went through the target.
Let's see how deep we went. About the same as the last one.
Yeah.
And my broadhead broke.
Ah.
I don't know. Yep, it is inside the target. So
Well,
that will happen if you're shooting bones.
let's see how well it flies.
Well, we'll put a new one on. That way we don't screw up our test. So we decided we're just going to go to 40 just because that is a far shot at 50, unless they're a prodigal archer.
And
But
if they're in Utah, they have to be 12.
yep, it's true. So there's that.
So 40 yards.
40 yards at the rib cage, 30 pounds. We're gonna redo that.
Take 2.
Oh my gosh.
You're gonna hit the GoPro.
You wanna-
Just hit it this time.
Dude. It's harder than it looks.
Oh.
Look at that.
Shattered it.
Shattered some bone. I mean, it's not like this elk is old. It's
It's pretty new.
only a couple days old. So, still holding up. But 40 yards.
It's pretty solid.
Still pretty good penetration and broke some bone, and that ain't bad.
Cool.
Cool, let's go to the shoulder. So what we got is the front shoulder blade of an elk and also the rib cage. And we're gonna shoot this 20, 30, and 40 yards. And we're gonna see if this, we got a brand new one on, nice and sharp.
Ooh. I don't know if that was a pretty good hit. I don't think
Sounded solid.
I don't think it went through the shoulder.
It's hanging there.
It's hanging, but I don't think you made it through the ribs.
I think it went through the shoulder or not the ribs.
It didn't even make it through the shoulder.
That is not what I was expecting.
Hmm.
Because I can take a knife and I can push through this fairly easily. But
You did hit that main
I did right there.
piece of the shoulder too.
Right there. It cut.
Pull the broadhead out and see what happened. Hold on, let's show. That's how far it went through.
That's it right there.
Back
I
of
mean-
the shoulder. That's not even a vital shot. You're not even.
Nope. You're leaving an elk with a broadhead in its shoulder. I mean, it did. I mean, look, this is off the shoulder. I mean, that's a pretty packed of a punch. But the fact that it didn't go all the way through is what concerns me the most.
It's pretty
I don't
crazy.
know. I'm not convinced on 30.
30 pounds. No go if you hit the shoulder.
Nope, not at 20 yards. You got a 10-yard shot? That might work. We might. We're gonna shoot it again at 20 yards. We got a new broadhead on. We're gonna aim a little more left of that main shoulder rib that comes out on the shoulder blade itself.
That arrow bounced off.
That was 20 yards. 20 yards at 30 pounds.
That's the iron shoulder right there. Look at this. That arrow bounced off.
As it lies right there. And,
Broken shoulder.
yep,
Kinda.
cracked shoulder.
Cracked shoulder.
Let's see what happened in the back. Oh yeah, it broke the shoulder. Look at that. The crack goes from here all the way up. Oh look, it's even bleeding. But
You're not finding that elk.
there's a little bit of a broadhead right there, but
There's no way you're finding that elk.
nope. That elk is running free.
It's pretty good on the shoulder, but
I want to shoot it at 10.
yeah, let's try it. Alright, here we go.
Here's my-
10 yards, 30 pounds. Trying to get through the shoulder. Oh, that one might have done it.
Oh,
Oh,
Look
ding,
like-
ding, ding, we have a winner. Went through the shoulder, went through the ribs.
look at the rib. Look at that.
Barely into the target though.
That's in the lungs though. I mean, that's a lot harder than a lung. But we cracked the rib. There's bones all through this.
I think that proves it. 10 yards, 30 pounds.
I'm gonna give the Utah law the benefit of the doubt. And I'm gonna shoot it on an uncracked spot of the shoulder right here at 10 yards. I don't think there's any point in going any farther than what?
40 yards.
Well, what was this with the shoulder blade? That was only 20.
Yeah, 20 didn't go through.
20 didn't go through the shoulder blade. Left 2 big old cracks. Went to 10 yards and it punched 2 holes. But still wasn't really able
Isn't powerful enough
to go through. I mean, this one right here, I believe it was this one right here, went through just enough to crack it. I feel personally, as a hunter, that's not really an ethical shot. Through the ribs, that's fine, I think. I think if you can get a clear shot at the ribs and train these kids to shoot right in the ribs, don't try for a shoulder shot, and make sure to avoid this shoulder in a shot at all times, I think you'll be okay. But that right there is going to leave a wounded animal and end up with a bummer hunting season for your kid.
Yep.
Hey guys, so just as a little recap, so we got through the elk ribs between 20 and 40 yards, and we got pretty decent penetration all throughout. A couple times we did hit ribs, and it was able to break the ribs with 30 pounds, so I was actually really surprised about that. One thing that I also wasn't surprised about is the shoulder plate itself. It wasn't even able to penetrate completely through at 20 yards. So we took it up to 10, it was able to go through the shoulder plate, but not through the ribs. There may be one of the reasons that this is so bent and broken is because it's not getting as much force through the shoulder plate and things like that. So that all needs to be taken into consideration. This isn't the most accurate test. I mean, there's definitely going to be variations between the bow, how fast it shoots, the broadhead, the arrows that you're going to use. But this is just our perspective from it, and we believe that if you are going to take these people out, these kids, these younger people, or people that aren't strong enough to pull back 40 pounds, you need to make sure that you are practiced, you're ready, and you're willing to take that shot and avoid that shoulder as much as possible. Just because we're as hunters, we want to be out there, we want to be safe, we want to be ethical, and we don't want to be leaving animals with arrows and broadheads in them. Thanks for watching, you guys. Be sure to subscribe to our channel below. We're going to have weekly videos coming up. They're going to be awesome. Appreciate you guys.